stuck trying to message people still.
Yeah, it's starting up now. I think it's working this time. Alright. There we are, everybody. Sorry for the delay there. We had some technical difficulties. We were waiting on a driver as well. Everything sort of just unraveled there, and we're a little late, but we're here. We're in qualifying. It's 14 and a half minutes to go here. GP Colin on an out lap. Just about to start a flyer. We're going to ride on board with GP Colin here. We've been following him around, trying to get this stream going. I am Arabiga. Alongside me tonight, Mr. Puff Digital. We'll get him to say a word in a moment. This is the Season 4 season finale. We're here in Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina Circuit, and it's round 22, the final race of Season 4 of Zenith Online Racing. So, glad to have you here. Puff, how you doing tonight?
I'm excellent. Yes, season finale. It has been a marathon. 22 races. I think that was longer than the actual Formula One season this year. So, I don't know. A lot of ups and downs. A lot of crazy races. Lots of entertainment. And I'm excited. Excited as always.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Every race is, like, as you mentioned, it's been pretty solid this year in Tier 1. Been a really competitive tier. A lot of great racing, a lot of great battles. Some dominant performances, speaking of which, Mr. IRO Packer, your Season 4 champion, sitting on provisional pole right now by quite a large margin. That looks like a very good lap early in quali here from Mr. Packer. We're on board with GP Colin, and he is just about to finish up his first hot lap of the session, looking a little tentative there on the penultimate corner, and crossing the line here for a 1:34.9. A fairly solid time. Out-qualifies Bobby and JXW on that lap. See if we can find another driver on a flyer. We got JXW now coming down the back straight on the mediums. Doth, all right, let's get on board with Doth. Doesn't have a time on the board yet.
Medium tire, yeah, on his flyer. Missed last week, so we've got him here again. See what he can do. I'm actually kind of in the dark on this one. Didn't do my homework. I'm not quite sure what the optimal tire strategy is. I would assume a one-stop.
I believe it's a two-stop here. Soft, medium, medium.
Potentially, yeah. Then, I mean, in that case, qualifying on the mediums could be a huge advantage. You could obviously make the one-stop work that way, or run it in reverse and
yeah, from what I gather, the
medium, soft, but
tire wear is fairly high here, so I think it is a two-stop strategy, just simply on tire wear. Because,
and I do actually have a bit of insider information. Doth is using the line tonight, so he ran 95% of the season without the line. He's been very busy. Said he wasn't able to get any practice in, so
okay, fair.
Didn't want to be a hazard to others on track, so we'll see what his pace with the line is. I mean, he's out-qualified his teammate who's on the softer compound and is best of the medium runners by a pretty substantial margin there, so
alright, good lap there from Doth. Let's move on to another driver, see if we can find somebody else here. We've got Fish working his way. He's still in the pits, actually, Fish. Must be Camden. Camden just crossing the line here. Looks like he's done 2 laps on these softs. Looks like he's going for another push lap here as well. Unless that tire information's bugged there. But let's ride on board with Camden. He is pushing. See what he can do here. He's purple in Sector 1, up 200ths on his previous run. So he's probably not purple in Sector 1, though.
It's pretty absurd so far. Packer, the only one in the 32s. And no one else has even gotten into the 33s. So.
No, it's madness, really. Like, Packer's, I don't even think Packer needs to leave the garage again.
He's still got his teammate, Excel Dillon, very, very quick, so I'm sure he will put up a pretty good challenge. Fish has also been pretty competitive up near the front there. I would assume some of these other guys will break into the 33s, but I don't know how likely it is. We'll see.
Camden up 2 tenths now.
Yeah. Mr. Joshua, this is one of his favorite tracks. He actually does down to the front row for the time being.
That's a good lap. Camden, yeah, would not improve if he only improves 0.2 at this point. So Camden going to be looking for a little more.
Yeah, it needs about half a second.
Yeah, he needs to find it. And it's, I guess it's a sector where you can make up some time. There's a lot of cornering here. Definitely chuck it through a couple turns.
He does stay out to complete the lap, so he's able to do, crosses the line, and does, improve 0.6 to put him on the front row. So he's got a bit of run on this set of tires. I'm sure he'll be hoping to improve on a different set, but yeah, solid nonetheless, and very tight there. Camden, Mr. Joshua, and Axton separated by 2/100ths.
I'm not sure. Packer, Woody in the chat there is asking what Packer runs for assists, and I don't know what he runs. I think he might have one or two things on. I don't know if it's like everything though.
He said he started the season with ABS, but I believe he's turned it off because he was even quicker with ABS. So I don't know if he's alternates depending on his amount of practice, but I believe he just runs the line. Packer
Just the
is
line, okay.
Very quick, and yes, he is on a wheel.
Durnia now starting a flyer. Let's ride with Matthew Durnia. Had some success late in the season. He's still way down the standings though, so it's kind of been a sort of Jekyll and Hyde season for Durnia. He's had some really bad luck, some DNFs, and then he's also won a couple races. So we'll see what he can do here in the season finale, and see if he can secure himself a result. Try and get up there and help his teammate Mr. Joshua out. As you pointed out many times, they love running together. Even if they start 6 places apart, they end up together on the first lap. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, there's something between them. I don't know. It's tough to give the edge to either of them at any given track, but I do know Mr. Joshua loves Abu Dhabi. I think I would have to give him the edge here tonight, but we will see. So
far, I mean, it's really not much in it. It's 0.2.
Yeah, no.
It's about 0.2 in it right now, and that really, one bad exit can cost you 0.2. So let's see if Durnia can mount a challenge to his teammate and friend, Mr. Joshua. Very good team they are. They work really well together. Whoa,
and they do have a shot here tonight at the Constructors. Not much to play for in the Drivers' Championship, at least not near the top of the standings, but second place still very much up for grabs between Red Bull Racing Gang. And a back. Yeah.
No, he's not out. He's just stuck in the barrier at the moment. Hasn't got it turned around. That's going to cost
has
Durnia,
retired. Did he retire in the pits? I'm curious.
And
Durnia invalidates, and he built up into the pits
so
there.
Beck does tons of damage.
Arrow has left. So
Mr. Joshua has left.
Joshua has left. That does not seem good.
Just 2, eh? Beck's missed the pit entry here, and he's gone. That's embarrassing. Right into the dividing median. So 2 drivers, I think, is not a restart. So unless more drop, I think those guys are just going to have to work their way back in.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 or more simultaneously. Is that what the rule is? I don't remember.
We've got it written down somewhere. Usually we kind of leave it up to the discretion of the race director, so that would be Fuzz. He is also an admin. We'll see. If these guys aren't able to get back into the lobby, then
strike is
Arrow
in.
Is back. We may just have to remake the grid, and Mr. Joshua is back in. So both guys were able to get back. Maybe just as a precaution, we will reset the grid. I am on board with Fuzz here. Currently in 5th with a 34.2. Pretty solid lap. And like I said, the Red Bull, Ferrari, and the Racing Point teams all battling still for second in the Constructors, so...
Yeah, there's a lot to play for here tonight in that regard. There should just... I feel like this track in general... if there's more than one car together, it's really tough to overtake, because everybody gets that slipstream toe.
Sure.
And I feel like we could end up with some trains here. And 2 stopping might screw some people up. And
yeah, a very tidy lap from Fuzz there. Puts himself into P2.
Yeah, great stuff there.
for the time being. Looked very clean through that third sector, so a
I know.
nice, solid lap.
And now that he's secured a P2, well, he's been bumped by 1,000th of a second by the flip-flop fish. I'm sorry, no, it's an entire second
Yeah,
faster.
it's an entire second. Yeah, fish.
My bad.
Yeah, we've seen him be very competitive up front with Packer, so I mean, again, very, very close between the two of them. Curious to see how well Dylan can do. He does actually get out to set a lap. Seems he's
So here comes Camden.
biding his time here.
Camden on another flyer here. Had a bit of traffic there through Sector 1. See what he can do for the rest of the lap here. Camden, second place in the championship, had a really good season overall. Just last week, mathematically was eliminated from the title hunt, and he'll be looking to put in a good performance here so that nobody forgets about him for next season when they're placing their bets.
Yeah, a bit deep there. Missed the apex on the first corner there of that chicane, but able to get on the throttle quite nicely. You see him really sticking close to that wall, trying to minimize how much he needs to turn here. Up just a 100th, so he'll be looking for a lot of time in this third sector.
Packer hasn't always run away with the races this year. He has at times. He's been challenged quite frequently by a few drivers, and then certain tracks other drivers are very strong at. They've challenged him there as well. So hasn't been completely dominant. He only just mathematically locked it up last week, so it's not. I think about mid-season we kind of figured it was going to be Packer, but you still got to get the job done, and some bad luck, bad races extended the bid a little bit for Camden, but ultimately, so Camden edges out Fuzz by 4,000.
These guys just keep, trading that spot there between them.
Check in with Axton here. He's moving through Sector 3 right now, very low on fuel. He's got the battery turned up. I think he is pushing at the moment. Let's see what kind of time Axton can put on the board. Currently 6th. Not much in it ahead. If he can just improve, he'll jump a spot at least.
Yeah, it looks like he will, and he does get into the 33s. So
there we go.
There we go. We get another driver up there.
He's only a second down on Packer now. Great. After 15 minutes of qualifying. Yeah, Bobby's in the top 10 there too. He just pointed out, and he's thinking he might actually stick in the top 10 here. Of course, starting 10th on the sauce would not be great. Axton, where are you going, my friend? I think you just got caught cutting the track a little bit, trying to get around in time. You're very unlucky that Big is not paying attention tonight and is sticking with drivers that have completed hot laps. Cause
you're lucky it's the last race of the season.
Yeah, that's true as well, actually. So you can get all kind of penalties, really, but they're not going to matter, are they? Yeah, that's
We've got Dernia coming through Sector 1 here, and lo and behold, two Mercedes drivers are 6th and 7th.
Yeah, they are. Stuck together like
glue. Are they going to tow one another? Here we go, Mr. Joshua.
Joshua providing the tow
Teammate extraordinaire, yeah.
Look at this.
Now that is teamwork.
What a great tow as well.
Right out of the way. That has got to be worth at least a 10th or 2, I would think. That was
a huge show.
Fantastic showing of teamwork there.
Yeah. And really, Joshua's got time to get a tow back from Dernia here as well.
I think that's the plan. I think that's what these guys are up to at Mercedes here. And look at that. Dernia is up 3/10.
All right. Well, Dernia looking strong here, and he's going to provide the tow for his teammate, Mr. Joshua. Let's finish Dernia's lap here, and then we'll check in with Joshua towards the end of his. See if he gets that slipstream down the back street as well.
If Dernia can improve and find another 10th or 2 in this final sector, he'll put himself well clear of Axton.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's not going to have enough time to get back around, so here he comes, using a lot of track on the exit there and looking really solid. Yeah.
Nailed that.
And a 33.6. What a fantastic lap, and you can see him slowing down now as he waits to pick up his teammate. So,
do we have anybody else on a flyer? I guess we'll check in with Joshua. Looks like Dernia, just setting himself up for a tow in return. Great teamwork here in the final. I'm just going to stick with Joshua for this. This is good content right here. So, I don't know who else to pick up.
Camaraderie here.
Yeah.
And why Mercedes is still in the thick of it here for this championship fight, and look at them pick each other up. Dernia didn't get on the power quick enough.
No, I don't think he did.
Not going to be able to tow him all the way down.
No, just a little missed time there by Dernia.
Yeah. Still will help slightly, but yeah.
unfortunate, really. It was just a little hesitant. It's really hard to time it, to be fair, because it's such a long straight that if you don't get that perfect haul, you're going to
Yeah.
struggle a little bit. Fuzz just starting a flyer with 3 seconds to go. We'll check in with Fuzz after we're done with this lap with Mr. Joshua. Keep an eye on those times at the top.
Only up half a hundredth, or half a tenth. Sorry. So he's going to need to find a lot of time here in the final sector.
Yeah,
we did see Durnia find an additional 3/10 or so.
Probably all down the straight, though.
No, in the third sector, though. He was only up 3/10 or so.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely got to be more grip here at this point of quali. So, find that turning point, just a little hesitant there.
Yeah. Bit of steering input. See what he can do as he crosses the line at 33.8.
Not bad, right behind his teammate. Good stuff there. Jump back
and
to
also,
Fuzz.
Important to note, Excel Dylan has set a 33.1 on the medium tire.
Oh boy. That'll shake things up. Starting third on the mediums, you know, is a pretty big advantage, really. Especially if those two at the front start fire life, then Dylan could inherit a potential net lead from that position. We'll see how that pans out. We'll stick with Fuzz here, making his way through the third sector. Bit of a lock up there, but still carrying good speed through the apex of the corner. Chucking it through the final few turns of the lap. And this will be Fuzz's final qualifying run of Season 4 in Abu Dhabi. Let's see what Fuzz can do on the line here. And it looks like Bobby's crashed himself out there on the exit. 33.7 for Fuzz. He splits the Mercedes. That's important.
Yeah.
That's really important for the constructors. Good stuff from Fuzz there. Really fired up here, fighting tooth and nail for some extra places on the grid. And I believe that's it for qualifying. That will be your order. It's Packer on pole. No shock. I don't think he did improve that time.
Yeah,
by about a tenth and a half. And then Fish, 33 flat. Dylan with the 33.1 on the mediums. That'll be interesting. Durnia 4th. Fuzz 5th. And Mr. Joshua 6th. So we'll go through the rest of the order in a moment. Good qualifying there. Looks like those guys dropped, got back in fine. Didn't seem to have any issues. It'll be okay. Axton will take 7th, Camden 8th, Beck 9th, JXW is 10th. Bobby knocked just out of the top 10, but that's going to play into his hands, give him that tire strategy. If he can get a nice clean start, he could pick up another handful of points here before the season is all said and done. Aerostrike takes 12th, Ryan 13th, GP Colin 14th, Doth 15th, Zyg 6th. What number was I on? 15th? Anyway, it's Zyg and Pace Dogs, and then the reserve drivers tucked in the back of the grid there. I don't remember the number I was reading. I was just like literally reading it. I wasn't counting. Distracted myself. Anyways, quick little break here before we start the race. We'll see if anybody readies up early, but Fuzz is the race director here. So we'll need to see a check mark from Fuzz before anyone else, or we hit the time that is posted as the race start time. If any of those guys too ready, they will pick up a 10-second penalty. It will be applied automatically. It's a black or white penalty here. So,
yeah, there's no arguing about that. Just real quickly to go through that second place battle I was talking about. Racing Point currently is in second, 300 points. Red Bull's in third, 291. Mercedes, it is a bit of a long shot. They are in fourth with 272, but they do still have a chance. So, all three of those teams, obviously, you know, Fish starting in second looks to be in a great position to lock this up for Racing Point. But great lap from Fuzz, and I mean the Mercedes, you can always count on them to nail a good strategy call. They always seem to be
and Aerostrike too, very formidable.
Yeah.
So Red Bull could end up with a decent result here. You never know. You just don't know what's going to happen. So that's why we go racing.
Exactly. And a lot of these guys, even if they might not have the outright pace of someone like Fish, they are pretty clever when it comes to the strategy and the like. So a lot obviously to play for. Camden, I mean, is only 7th or 8th, so I mean he's still right in there too. So it'll be interesting. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And then the battle up front should be exciting as well, with Dylan starting on those medium tires. A very, very impressive lap.
All right, I believe we're...
It should be about good to go.
Yeah, I don't think we need a break for this long. Someone's going to push the button. Someone press the button.
Buzz is just chatting away.
Yeah.
There we go.
Everybody look out. Everybody pull over or you don't get a seat next to you. All right, we're readied up. We got 19 seconds on the clock here. We're going to get the formation lap underway. We're going to kick off the final race of Season 4 of Zenith Online Racing. A successful season here. Three tiers of racing. We had a PC league running for a bit. Obviously, that didn't pan out too well, but still nice to see so many different drivers from different places and different different time zones and continents racing together here. Some guys from all over the world in every tier, really. So it's a bit of a global community we've created here at Zenith Online Racing, and it's Season 4 here. So we getting Season 5 underway. Do we have a start date for that, or are we kind of still figuring out how long it's going to be? You guys been working on that?
We have some plans, yeah. We were going to wait until Wednesday to make the announcement, just to make sure we've got everything in order when we announce. But we do have a date picked already. We've got a calendar, a number of races, all those sorts of things. So
would imagine
very exciting times.
We do have time for another full calendar, I presume, because we don't have a release date yet. And we imagine with a takeover of a new company, it probably won't make it out as early as it did last year. Not sure.
We've trimmed it a bit, but nothing substantial.
Is Monaco there?
We haven't decided what tracks will be cut yet.
Gotta have Monaco.
As much as
I hate it, it's such a legendary
Monaco,
race, right? Yeah, it's such a legendary race, even if I hate it.
I think people would rather see tracks like Vietnam go. Or,
yeah. Well, places we're not going to be racing necessarily. Or, shit, I wouldn't miss Russia, to be honest.
I find Russia always produces good league
It's fun.
racing,
Yeah, it does, and it's fun, but it's just so fucking dull, honestly. Sorry for dropping the F-bomb there, but it's so boring. I just can't stand that track. I wouldn't mind seeing it go. But anyway, that's it doesn't really matter. I mean, regardless, like, we still have a lot of great racing circuits to drive.
Yeah.
So it's
and
not a
I
big
think
deal
there'll
if there's
be...
a few missing.
It'll probably be, I don't know. I actually don't know what people would pick. Everyone seems to always, you despise a certain track, and then you find out so-and-so thinks it's their absolute favorite. So.
Well, we're not dropping China, right?
I don't know. We haven't decided. We're going to let everyone decide once we announce the actual amount of races.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let people pick their least favorite tracks. You know, tracks that get the most votes, we're going to cut them. So it'll be up to the people. Always up to the people.
Ghosting is off pretty much everywhere except for like a Monaco. Like if someone spins sideways in Monaco and it piles up the whole field, that's the kind of thing where ghosting will be on just to prevent that kind of shit. But tracks like this, wider circuits, it's pretty much on like 95% of the season.
Yeah, I think Monaco was the only one we turned it off for. No,
I think so. Maybe
Baku.
I was thinking maybe Baku as well because of the castle. I can't remember.
But no,
exactly
we had it on because there was that chaos.
Yeah.
With Beck.
All right. Well, that was a quick formation. I don't think it was actually that quick, but we were talking about a lot of different things. But let's focus on wrapping up this season before we get too far ahead of ourselves here. We got Packer on pole, fittingly. That's our Season 4 champion. See if he can have another dominant performance here tonight. We got Fish, Dylan, Durnia, Fuzz, Joshua looking to challenge out front here. A lot to play for second in the Constructors. It's round 22, the final race of Season 4 here at Zenith Online Racing. We are ready to go. We got the lights firing up. Let's get on board so we can see those lights. We got 5 lights on. Long delay there, and we're off. Looks like a good start for Fish. No, it's a great start for Dylan, actually, on those mediums. Fired up nicely. He's up in a second, right off the jump. He's checking behind the field.
Around the outside, yeah.
Everybody looking good there. 3 wide. It looks like Bobby's looking for a peek there. It looked like maybe Axton got swallowed up.
You guys going wide there.
Comes Durnia looking to make a move on Fish here early. Right on his tail as they enter the chicane here. And into the hairpin. Now, it looks like Durnia almost made contact there. He's got so much more grip at the moment. See how that slipstream works out for Dylan here on lap 1. He's on those medium tires, and he is looking racy right off the bat. This is going to pay off
We've
nicely
seen
for him,
these
I
guys
feel. Here comes Dernier in the background.
Yeah.
Taking a peek behind JXW under pressure as well, but no.
JX, quick note, already gained 3 positions. I gained 4.
Back to Dernier,
GP
all over
lost
Fish here.
4.
He's got to take a crack at this thing. It's on the outside. Can he send it? No. Maybe looking for a switchback. Still nothing there. Stay with this corner for a minute, see if we can catch any action. No, everything looks good through here. Let's get back to the front here.
Race director there.
Really tight through the first lap here. A lot of guys still very close together. Fish falling away from the 2 out front a little bit, and he's under pressure from Dernier here, so got a little bit to worry about. Maybe just didn't get those tires fired up the way he wanted on that formation lap.
Axton's also lost 5 places. I don't see anyone with real substantial wing damage. I mean, trying to keep an eye on most guys through here, but as the timing screen, as always, decides to make up its own rules here. But
a full season
stick out front
of timing issues. Great job, Cody's. 6 months into the game's life cycle. Pretty bad. Oh, late move there. I don't know what JXW was thinking.
That was his breaking point.
Yeah,
there,
perhaps
but
that was just an awful attempt there from JXW, though.
And Dernier, though, still just hounding Fish. I mean, without the DRS, it's going to be very difficult to get anything done here. But
he's not using up too much of the battery either. But we'll turn that off because I don't like to reveal too much information about that early in the Grand Prix. Might bring it back later for you. I've had a tendency to leave it off for the majority of the season. So you battery watchers,
or listeners,
you're in the wrong place. Yeah, or listeners for that matter. Here comes Dernier on the outside, taking a peek. Still nothing there. Fish.
Yeah.
Really good on the brakes, able to defend that every time. Side by side again. JXW looking for a way through on Camden. I think he is through.
Camden's gone down the order here. Not quite sure if.
Whoa, there's contact.
Camden's hit Zyg. Yeah. That M plate is gone.
Camden there, maybe just a little frustrated.
Pit stop.
A little frustrated.
Oh, and another crash there. Who was that?
Bobby and Camden collided.
Yeah.
Virtual safety car. So that's going to help Camden and Bobby now.
Oh, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Bobby just seemed to.
Anybody going in? No.
Lift.
Fish is in. Fish is in. That could play out big for him. He's not going to have to worry about battling these guys now, but let's see if he can make up the difference.
He's going to come out at the very back of the grid, though, is the problem. Well, aside from the guys pitting behind him with wing damage, but...
The guys on soft's going to have to pit, though, if
Fish has gone onto the mediums, so that's going to be a definite another pit stop. He's not going to be able to make those tires last.
No, I don't think so.
He has released the 2 Mercedes drivers, so DRS is enabled now as well. And...
Fuzz very close to Mr. Joshua here. He's got a really good exit on this restart. Fuzz might take a crack at this. He's going to have DRS, but Joshua has it to defend as well. Is it going to be enough for Fuzz?
I think he's being a bit cautious right now. He does take a little peek to the inside. He
tucks in.
Back. Oh, Mr. Joshua misses the apex a bit and kind of gives Fuzz another good look here. And he gets a really good exit.
But Joshua's got that slipstream and DRS ahead, too. But here comes Fuzz around the outside. They're side by side here. Joshua with that inside line defending nicely. And Fuzz sticks it down the inside, and he's gone round. It's always a tough place to try and hang your car in there. It really is. And Fuzz just stuck waiting. It's a terrible place to get turned around. Oh, man, that's so unfortunate. He was looking really cautious and patient there, Fuzz. I don't think he deserved to be knocked off there.
No, I kind of view that as a racing incident, though. Not really.
I agree. I'd say racing incident with the naked eye racing incident for me as well. It was just side by side through a tricky chicane where cars get unloaded pretty much everywhere you go. So not surprised.
I mean, AlphaTauri looking good so far, 5th and 6th. We've got Aero now, the best hope for Red Bull on those medium tires, up into 7th.
Well,
so
let's talk about Mercedes' position right now. They actually could win the constructors here with those positions, 3rd and 4th. If those Racing Points and Red Bull drivers can't make any substantial moves here, Mercedes is sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Fish is able to work his way back through the field here. I'd assume he's going to do a medium to finish this race off.
Comes back with DRS on JXW, his teammate. He's going to go for a full send here. JXW's been very feisty tonight. Let's see if he fights this back.
He's not going to have the line there.
Behind X and Arrow as well, dueling it out. Still side by side on the exit.
Arrow, though, yeah, fights it back and does get DRS, so JX just tucks in behind back there. So Arrow crucially staying ahead of Axton, who is on the soft
under pressure
tires,
from GP. Pace Dogs, Ryan, and Fish behind, all dueling as well. Fish just getting ahead of Fuzz there, it looked like. And now Ryan applying the pressure to Pace. We got Pace Dogs closing on Jinnit, who's catching GP Colin. So we got some action here. Iro Packer has pit. He is into the pits here. He's going to come out in a lot of traffic here, and we'll see where he comes out in comparison to Fish, who was a second or two behind those guys.
Yeah, he was. Obviously, Fish been working his way through traffic, so slowed him down, I'm sure. But he does pick up the fastest lap, so very important, as Packer is going to come out behind, at least while they weave their way through the little tunnel. And he is behind Fish.
Ooh, side by side there, Fish and Ryan through a crazy part of the track. Not somewhere you want to be going side by side, and Fish looking to get away from Packer here as soon as he can. He's under pressure here. Look at the action here, side by side again, and Packer trying to find a way through as well. Packer is right on the tail of Fish here. Fish's plan is in dire trouble here. He may not stay ahead for long. Here comes Packer, the Season 4 champion, looking for a move. They're going to go 3 wide here. This is going to be crazy stuff.
Here.
Fish and Packer side by side. Still ahead for Fish. Camera angle is pretty poor there, and there's Jinnit and GP ahead there as well. Here comes Packer again, taking a look.
More traffic.
Packer on the outside.
Oh, bit of contact, wheel to wheel, all fair.
Oh, and Fish has been forced off the track there, but neither really had the room at all. So I think that's pretty fair, regardless of Fish having to cut the track to stay in the battle there. But now he's got to get by GP Colin while he watches Packer try to squirm away. Not so fast, Fish says. He's gone back ahead. So, wow, great stuff here on lap 6 of the final race of the season. Look at the cars here, so close together. These two fighting for a net. Whoa, Fish has lost it! Fish has lost the car! Crazy stuff there. He's been absolutely hurling it through the corners, and he's just thrown it around. So Fish is out of the picture now. Here comes Packer looking to get into clear air. He's got Jinnit ahead. So Dylan obviously not going to be pitting for quite some time. Maybe those Mercedes guys consider pitting. Well, Packer is still stuck behind. He's still losing a bit of time. Those Mercedes guys might just have enough in hand after all the battling there.
Just a straight 10-second penalty. What has happened to him? Where is he? Maybe a bit unfortunate just trying to rejoin there, but
Packer is through. Jinnit moving over into Packer for some bizarre reason and not even close to a corner. I don't understand what he was thinking there. Just bizarre stuff there. Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do. Arrow strike now, chasing down Axton. Jinnit trying to hang on to Packer, but I think that's a failing battle, especially on the worn mediums. I don't know what he was trying to, maybe just forgot to move over, didn't realize how close Packer had gotten on the exit. Crazy stuff. So
Packer, though, already into 8th, and I mean, he's not even really that far behind these Mercedes guys. So
no, I think they're pretty much done for now at this point. Like, they're not gonna. They're probably just driving for the constructors. Yeah, I don't think Packer's their issue right now. If they can get 3rd and 4th and keep the other teams from scoring any good points, they're probably going to win the constructors.
Yeah, I mean, all their competitors.
15th and 27 points. 27 points is 3rd and 4th for them, right? 15 plus 12. So I mean, they need one of them needs fastest lap, and they need 3rd and 4th if they want a shot at this thing. And the other guy, the Racing Points, needs to score 0 points, which I mean could happen. Camden really well behind here. He's down in 19th, way off the pace.
And we've
Fish
got
seems
GP
to be
Colin
struggling as well. GP has binned it.
out on that. Tires probably
Yes.
are dead up that.
Yeah, he's lost the car.
Left-hander and
That's a safety car.
Safety car. So
Wow.
those Mercedes cars are definitely going to come in.
Yeah.
I'd assume everyone on the soft's probably going to pit as of
So,
now.
here's the thing: those Mercedes, at least one of them should probably get ahead of Packer. I feel. Dylan really should come in too and put the hards on probably.
Ace Dogs picks up a drive-through penalty. I'm not too sure if Dylan will pit now. I assume.
If it's a two-stop race, then you maybe just get it done now. But if you're going to try in one stop, I maybe stay out. I don't know. It's really tough to say. I've not had my chat open. Oops. Sorry, guys. Rest in peace, GP.
Unfortunate way to end the season. Yeah, for sure. Seems he just got caught out on that left-hander going up the hill there. And foreign tires, you can feel the car just slide out from under you. I'd assume the Mercedes are going to double stack, which will definitely hurt Mr. Joshua here. Oh, and it seems to have thought about it. Oh, Turnia! Very close to that.
You nearly got caught speeding. Oh, you almost hit the barrier. Yeah, they double stacked. Beck's in. Pretty much everyone's in. Axton's been reset in the pit lane. What happened there? What has happened there? Packer's going to be in the lead.
Axton disqualified. I didn't see what you saw there.
Dylan's out. Dylan's coming out on the medium, so he's two-stopping 100%. He's out in front. Is Durnia? No, Durnia just leaving the pit box. I switched to Axton and saw him plopped right onto the pit entry. I don't know what happened there. And then he was extremely slow. But yeah, disqualified from the Grand Prix, so he's out. Joshua comes out in 8th with a pit stop, though. So not too bad, but he's got some traffic to work through to get back to his teammate. Durnia doing well here, but Fish now, with a pit stop already done, has gone back into 3rd. So given his pace and the position he's in right now, I'd suspect that he can pretty much eradicate all the damage from that spin.
Yeah, Durnia did have pace on him in the early portion at the beginning of the race there, so I'd be curious to see if he's able to pressure him yet again off the restart here. Joshua, though, now has to work his way through Zeig, Wolfsburg, and Beck. Wolfsburg likely won't be too much of a problem, seeing as he's on 7-lap-old soft tires, but he's also going to have to contend with Maverick, Doth, Arrow, all those drivers behind him, so...
They're snaking their way through the chicane. Is the safety car going to be in this lap? Sure hope so. We want some racing, not some... We don't want driving. We want racing.
It's a long lap, too.
It is.
To be
it's
under safety car.
Very slow safety car as well, with the how many corners there are.
3rd sector, yeah. I will be back in just a moment.
Alrighty. So safety car staying out another lap, it appears. I'm assuming we would have got the call by now. So another lap under safety car. Give guys around the back a chance to catch up. Not sure who that is driving around the very back. It is Bobby on fresh hards. So Bobby got another lap to catch up. He should be okay. If it's catch the pack, he can pretty much go flat out while these guys are driving under the safety car pace. Just 18 seconds down at the moment, so he needs to... probably by the end of the 2nd sector, I feel he'll catch up. Plus, we're going to have a slowdown with the leader when they get around to the final sector as well. So, should be fine. Colby Luca. We're not sure when the next season's starting. I'm assuming a few weeks. I don't know. Puff would know a little bit more. I'm assuming they have some kind of target date. It shouldn't be too long of a break. I think in general in the past we've only had like 3 to 4 weeks off max. So it might even be less this time. I'm not entirely sure. The season got dragged out a little bit longer than they anticipated, I think, with a lot of delays and holidays.
It's going to be a very quick turnaround. Very, very quick.
Okay, that's what I figured. So
Oh,
probably
and
a week or two
Durnia,
then.
5 seconds for a severe collision with Beck. I did see some front wing fly off there, but...
Yeah, so that's pretty unfortunate.
5 seconds for
But
Durnia.
Beck has got nothing. So how did that happen? That makes no sense at all. Safety car is
this
in.
lap.
Yeah, so let's go back to racing. Unfortunately, Durnia is going to be carrying a penalty that he's probably going to have to serve at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't deserve it. That's really unfortunate. Pretty much... Okay, Beck's gotten the penalty now for a collision with
Colliding
Zyg.
with Zyg.
Unbelievable stuff.
It happens every race, but I'm so surprised.
Yeah. I did it a few races ago, to be fair, but it's sometimes the guy in front just doesn't pay attention, and you get caught looking at his gearbox, and you don't realize he's about to stop, and yeah, it does. All right, so Dylan leading the field here with penalties under safety car, and we'll apply them ourselves if they're necessary. That would make more sense. Dylan, I don't think like that though. Dylan gonna restart this race any moment here. He's got his teammate Packer behind. Dylan on the fresher tires at the moment. Let's see when he punches it. And he goes now. The final turn.
Right on
to the last possible second.
Corner.
And really, he's given
Packer
Fish an advantage.
Seems to have, they all seem to have known that was happening. Fish
runs wide.
A little bit wide, yeah. Oh, Packer with a little bit of a wobble there.
Indeed.
And Fish,
Fish is
sneaks his way through.
Into second, so can Fish find a way through on the leader now, perhaps? He's gotten those tires fired up nicely. He's been on them for quite a bit, so he's probably got a little more temperature in them to begin with.
And back his pit onto the hards due to that damage. Camden's also pit onto the hards. When that happened, but...
Yeah, it's Packer trying to make a move, but there's nothing quite there yet. A few closer gaps behind as well, but nothing on for any of these guys at the moment.
And Zyg actually finds himself in 5th, having already stopped, so a good position for him so far in this race.
Taking a look at Mr. Joshua here, very close, and then Durnia and Packer very close to the back of Fish now. A lot of action here at the beginning of the race. It's been a really good start.
2 seconds out in front. I would say he seems to be the class of the field so far.
Yeah, really good start to the season finale here, though. Round 22 of Season 4, the final race, and we've had plenty of action here in the first 11 laps. Dylan now leading the race, Fish into second, and Packer and Durnia trying to hang on and close in and attack as well.
Yeah.
We'll check in behind with Doth, who is closing in on Maverick. Nice chopper shot there. And we got the Red Bull of Arrow being pressured from Jinnit and Fuzz behind.
Yeah, Joshua also, I mean, now in tabs on Zyg out in front of him, really closing that gap in. So, we'll have to see. Someone went off there. It looks like it may have been Bobby at the back. Packer now so very close. We'll see if he sends it. Fish does move to the inside to defend. Beck is retired in the pit lane.
Oh, safety car.
Oh, has Beck crashed?
Beck has crashed. Where has he crashed?
On the pit exit. Or
yeah,
pit
it would
straight,
appear.
I'd assume probably punching it out of the final... No, it's out of turn 1.
Yeah, he's lost it out of turn 1 somehow. Unbelievable. So another safety car here. Well, that's going to benefit Fish, I feel. Now he can get his pit stop out of the way. He'll probably lose some places, but I don't know. It's a really interesting strategy now. What do these guys on the softs do? They've made their mandatory stop. Just put the mediums back on and finish it off, I think.
I don't know how long the mediums are meant to last.
15?
I don't know if they can last.
They're going to last at least 15.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, what does the chat think? These mediums last 15 laps or not?
Yeah, what are we thinking here, chat?
I really don't know. We haven't done any practice, so we're not really sure of the tire life here yet.
Anyone work for Pirelli in the chat?
Yeah, imagine. I've been lurking for 3 seasons. Thanks for
So we do have
asking.
a lot of guys who have pit. Zyg, he was on 8-lap old mediums. He's pit. Arrow took your advice. Get off the softs. Get the hell
Yep.
off of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Jinnit has pit onto the softs.
Interesting. Maybe banking on another safety car, perhaps. Fish has stayed out, so that's interesting from him because I seriously doubt he's making it to the end of the race. I honestly think he should have just taken the cheap stop. No guarantees in this sport. You're not going to necessarily get another one. And especially with Beck being out already, he's sort of your... If you're placing bets on who's going to crash themselves out, Beck is probably the top bet every week. Not to slight him, but he's fast as hell, but it's been it or win it for Beck, and we've said that many times. But with Beck being out already, like, the odds of someone crashing themselves out aren't as high now. None of these guys are notorious for it. No, I'm just saying,
I know.
It's the truth. It's unlikely that someone else is going to crash. Beck has crashed himself out and caused the safety car. So, this is the second one now. It's just, the odds are against you, Fish. Think wisely. I think it's too late now, though. He's going to throw away every place
the train's already caught up. You can't pit now. Dylan does have to pit again. I don't know if anyone's going to try to make these mediums last. Dylan has to pit because he started on the mediums. But the rest of these guys, if they're feeling brave, which I know those Mercedes drivers, they typically are.
Well, I bet you they're going to try it, really, because if Packer wins and they go 2-3, then they win it. They win the Constructors.
Well, it depends on where
Fish
finishes.
That's true, yeah.
If they go 2-3, they will score, what would that be, 33 points. So, I mean, Fish really just has to finish in the top 8 there.
I agree. Those Mercs can tire save and get to the end, whereas Dylan has to pit again because he started on the mediums, so he does have to pit again. And then Fish is sort of a toss-up now, but he's not pitting under a safety car, so the Mercedes is going to have a huge advantage on him. This isn't a particularly fast pit lane either. It's a pretty long one, so I don't think it's a huge advantage having, like, it's not, you're not going to make up a ton of time. DRS is great if it's one-on-one, but if there's a train, you're in trouble. So we'll see how that pans out. Maverick won't count, so even if he gets ahead of these Mercedes guys, not really an issue. Doth behind, not sure if he's got the pace to press those guys, but Doth always a formidable racer, so hard to really bet against him either. It's going to be a tough uphill battle for those Mercedes guys, but they might be able to do it. Packer looking poised for the potential victory, though. Even his 7-lap old mediums, not sure they're going to make it to the end either. So it's hard to say. Those Mercedes could be sitting pretty.
Yeah, Red Bull seems to be in trouble here. 12th and 15th currently. Obviously, both of them are on fresh tires. I'd assume both of them trying to go to the end at this point.
Yeah. The unfortunate part is the guys in front of them aren't on terribly old tires right now either. So it's not going to be as easy as they would hope. Should be an interesting finish here. Let's see if we can get through this without another safety car. It's already a long enough race. Are we doing donuts tonight?
How is it not? How is the sun not set completely by now?
I have no idea. And the safety cars come out twice, so it should.
Yeah, there we go.
Definitely
In
set.
this lap.
Okay.
Buzz had briefly mentioned donuts in the chat. I'm not sure if everyone caught on. For the new drivers, they probably wouldn't know what was going on, so I don't know if we'll have donuts.
Well, it needs to be an end at 27, or it's not an official.
Yeah, Tier 2, I will ensure that we have last lap donuts.
You can, but we also have a constructor's title to try and win, so.
I just mean we'll figure it out so that the race ends lap 27.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to go through it
if we can get buy-in.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's get back to the front. Dylan now going to take us away once again for a safety car restart.
See if he tries the same move as last time.
He's pretty much holding out right now. He's not punched the throttle yet, still sitting on it. Guys behind warming those tires. Yeah, he's going for the same strategy, and it's costing him tire tempo. People behind her.
He waited and kind of got a better start this time. As Packer now looking to get the jump on Fish.
And he almost has. Very close there. They touch.
Contact, yeah.
Fish gonna
Fish
hang it
does
around
stay
the outside
ahead.
here. Oh, very close stuff there. But
Ace
Fish,
Dog's disqualified. What did he do?
I don't know. Behind.
Packer is pushing Fish through this first sector here. Wow.
Here we go. Packer ready to fire it up. Let's see if he can get through. He's got a huge slipstream. Fish not nearly as big of a slipstream ahead. Packer looking to get through, sends it to the outside.
He is ahead, going into the corner.
Oh, they touch!
Another bit of contact again, but yeah, I think
Fish
gonna try the switchback, but
I thought Fish was gonna spin that. It looked like his car was completely unsettled with the contact there, and look at him fighting it back. It's great stuff from these two. Fish has been applying the pressure to our champion most of the latter half of the season. Let's see if Fish can get his number here tonight. And behind, we got some action as well. These guys very close, moving through the chicane behind, but hard to take our eyes off this scrap. Flip-flop Fish.
And again, Dylan, 2 seconds. And we haven't even finished the first lap after the safety car. Now, Dernia.
Yeah, Dernia really on Fish now, too.
Yeah. He's had impressive pace. He's definitely been competitive with these guys out front here, so what he can do.
Here he goes. He is right on the tail of Fish here.
Yeah.
Much fresher tires. He's got so much more grip. Smart to just sit behind and make sure he gets that DRS here. Don't want to send it through here. And that should give him an advantage, but we know Fish is going to have that DRS as well from in front. Let's see if Dernia's got the juice to fire himself past.
I don't think it's enabled yet. It's Dernia.
Good point.
Still going for it. He does move to the inside. See now. Nicely done. We'll see if he can hang it.
He does get the move done. Let's see if Fish can fight this back, though, with a toe. But Joshua pressuring from behind now, too.
Yeah. So,
big lockup from Packer there.
From Dernia. We'll see if he can kind of put the pressure on Packer, if he's able to catch up with it.
Zenith and Arrow side by side here.
Penalties there in quick succession, so.
Zenith on those softs really needs to get ahead and make up some ground, try and make that strategy work for him. Obviously, reserve
Dylan
driver.
picks up 3 seconds, so pretty crucial. But the two Haas drivers do have penalties, hoping to mitigate some of the penalty there from Dernia. He is just barely hanging in DRS range on Packer in front, so that's a big penalty there. But I'm wondering if maybe tire advantage now for Dernia is helping him keep tabs on Packer in front.
He is
Joshua is actually really applying pressure on Fish.
These
Merc drivers are
going for it.
Yeah.
Dernia gets that 5 seconds removed and doesn't serve
Joshua clears Fish well before they reach the corner. Does move over in front of him. Hits the apex. A little bit of a lockup, but excellent stuff there from the Mercedes team here. We'll see if Fish can maybe fight this back.
Doesn't look like it.
No, he's not going to be close enough. No,
just doesn't have that exit grip. But Dernia really applying the pressure to Packer here.
Yeah.
So Packer's tires must be falling off. Let's get back to the tire graphic there. Yeah, around that 10-lap mark, we're seeing these mediums fall off. So, geez, these Mercs got to go pretty far on the mediums.
Yeah, they do.
It's going to be tough. I don't know if they can do it, to be honest with you. That's a tall order.
Looks so quick right now. This is crazy. I don't know if we've really seen this level of outright pace from him.
Dernia?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's won, but he is on a mission.
Joshua ain't far off either, so they're both running really strong here. Fish going to be in trouble here, so he's going to have to pit 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
The Mercedes might make it, but I don't know how much pace they're going to have. I don't really think they have much work to do clearing cars, though, really in front, because Dillon has to pit. Packer probably isn't going to make it to the end, or his tires are going to be dead.
I don't think he'll make it to the end. Durnia, though, very, very close. Packer does seem to get a better exit, but what he could do here, Durnia just kind of hanging out for the moment. I don't know if he's really quite ready to get that move done. He does take a little bit of a peek, but probably for the best. We've got movement in the back. Is Arrow going to make a move on Camden?
Here comes Arrow. No, he tucks it back in.
Yeah.
Thinks better of it. And we got Zeig and... Oh, Zeig nearly touches Arrow there. So Zeig and Fuzz scrapping behind as well. So a bit of a duel going on here between a handful of drivers. Comes Camden really under pressure. He's got no battery left. And here goes Arrow down the inside. Big lockup, but he gets it done. Great move from Arrow Strike there. Excellent pass through a tricky corner.
Yeah. Really good stuff.
And Red Bull in the points now, so that's going to complicate things for the Mercedes boys.
Yeah. We've got the ear glitch, unfortunately, riding on board with Fuzz.
Hey, it's working fine for me, so that's better news for the broadcast.
Get Fuzz some good camera time then.
All over Packer here.
Packer has pit.
Packer's pit. So Durnia, I was saying that
Mercedes
really closing
are
in.
Released. And Mr. Joshua has closed the gap on Durnia, so...
Yes, and he's probably going to get away from Fish down this next straight if he gets a really solid exit here. So these Mercedes can now start managing the tires. Especially with Joshua kind of playing that blocker role behind. Do you have to watch out for Doth and Jinnit behind, though? They are closing fast. And they could pose a bit of complication for the Mercedes guys. But at the moment, Dillon has to pit again. He's just trying to build himself enough of a gap to come back and claim this victory. And these Mercedes guys, I think they basically have no choice. If they want to go second in the Constructors, they both need to stay out here and go for a 1-2 or a 2-3 here, because it's pretty much the only hope they've got. They need to score maximum points here.
Yeah, we know Fish is going to have to pit for sure. If I'm Mr. Joshua and I'm considering staying out, then I'm also thinking that I'm not really going to try to put up too much of a fight.
Yeah, but you cannot let Doth close, because Doth will not. Doth will probably stay out with the Mercedes guys. So Doth will be staying out. Jinnit's going to have to pit. Those softs are going to be dead very soon.
These tires, though, are going to be 19 laps old. I mean,
yeah, it's a tall order.
I don't know. We saw kind of the pace that Packer, and I mean...
Look at the blistering that Fish has on his front right. And, like, right down the center of the tire, there's a clear line of where
he is in. So the Mercedes are free of threats behind. If they can tow each other away from Doth, then they'll be in a good position here. We've seen Packer has come out in 13th, so 5 seconds behind Zeig.
Yeah, it's a lot of work there for Packer. It's tough to get back to the front of the field. Joshua has closed into DRS range, though, so maybe Durnia just turning it down a touch just to pick Joshua up and then try to pull him away. And they are gaining on Doth, so this is working out extremely well for Mercedes. They can just tow each other along here and keep the threat away behind. The closest drivers threatening are really Arrow Strike, I suppose, and Fuzz.
Both Red Bulls are ahead of both.
Yeah, that's big.
Racing points at the moment. I need to...
Yeah, go do some math.
I'll do some math. Handle the...
Yeah, all right, I'll handle the broadcast. All right. Mr. Joshua is really closing on Durnia, actually. He's closing in very quickly. That DRS and that slipstream paying off nicely. And Jinnit going for a move on Doth, so that's going to put Doth completely out of the picture. I don't know where Jinnit's really going with this. He's probably going to have to put the softs on again. I suppose he doesn't count anyway. He's probably just here to have some fun. So even if Jinnit catches the Mercedes guys, they're not going to fight him too much. Checking behind, Fuzz applying the pressure to his teammate Arrow. They don't want to waste too much time scrapping each other, so better just let the faster driver in front there. Camden back into the points, though, so that is big for Racing Point. If they can I think they only need a handful of points to basically lock it up. And Durnia and Joshua...
Red Bull, at the moment, are actually outscoring Red Bull. With Jinnit not counting in the standings. Doth is pit, so that
That's
moves them
true.
up further. They are 5th and 6th right now.
Okay,
That would
so
be 18 points. Camden is scoring, what would that be? 4 points for 6 points for 7th?
yeah, 6-4-2-1, I believe it goes.
So they only need to outscore them by 9 points, Red Bull. So, what had seemed like all hope was lost, I mean, this is heating up.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy finish because those Mercedes guys basically have no choice but to go to the end here. Now, if they can win and go second, 1-2 for Mercedes, they could potentially lock it up. Because that's a huge haul of points. That's 43 points. They needed 27 to go ahead with no score behind. The guys behind scoring, Red Bull, are scoring more.
Joshua picks up 3 seconds, so he was clean. Fuzz now, very crucially, has no penalties. So Zyke has also passed Camden.
Ooh, that's bad news, because I was going to say, those Red Bulls outscoring the racing points, but if the Mercedes can outscore the Red Bull, because the Red Bulls are behind the racing points, the Mercedes, it's better for them if the Red Bulls are scoring more points than the racing points, right?
Yeah. Oh man, now Packer is right behind Camden. So I mean, Camden tried something different. JX pits now, so Arrow and Fuzz find themselves in 4th and 5th. These guys can't be pitting now unless they're going to the softs. I don't know.
No, yeah, these guys on the Mercedes pretty much have to stay out. They have no choice because Arrow and Fuzz, I think, have got the constructors, or at least second place in the constructors. Sorry, we should be reiterating that. Second place in the constructors in the bag here. If Mercedes finish 2-3, if they finish 1-2, then Red Bull might not have enough. But 4th and 5th is a pretty good chunk of points. 1st and 2nd might be enough. It's going to be tough. We'll have to do some math after the race. Figure that out for sure. Once we see the final order with the penalties and whatnot. But Fuzz looking quicker than Arrow
picks up
here.
another penalty.
Fuzz needs to be released here. We don't want to waste any time squabbling. It would be smart to release him.
But they're not going to... Fuzz isn't going to risk it. He's not going to... You can't send it, right? I mean...
No.
You can't risk that, but...
No, but his teammates putting him into the clutches of Ryan, who can really disrupt things, just moving ahead, really.
Yeah, so Packer has cleared Camden. Now we have the 2 racing points in 10th and 11th.
So
they are technically in 9th and 10th right
Dylan's made his final stop now, so that's going to put the Mercedes in 1 and 2. They only were 10 seconds behind, so Dylan, I think, is not going to be able to catch these guys out front. He's going to have some traffic to work through, and I think he's pretty much done for.
So this is going to promote...
Jinnett's in as well.
Crazy. The Mercedes are 1-2.
I don't know, actually.
And
Dylan's
the Red Bulls are going to be...
Is he going to come out in clear air or no? It's going to be very close. It's going to be extremely close.
He does very, very
crucial. Wow, that's really...
ahead.
Now the race is on with the Mercedes. Oh, boy. This is going to get extremely interesting.
He's going to catch them, definitely, I feel. I mean... Important to note, the guys in the top 10 are all full-time drivers right now, so what you see is what you get with the final standings. I mean, Dylan's already taken damn near half a second.
Yeah, he's going to win this thing, I think.
It'll depend on penalties. He does have 6 seconds.
It's true, actually. Just get the penalties back up. Oops. Something I'm doing. Oh, well.
And Fuzz now, is he going to be released? He is. Arrow does let him through, so Fuzz now able to kind of hopefully get away from Ryan. We'll see what Arrow's able to do. Is Arrow... There's a bunch of cars looking to hunt down this Red Bull team, including IRO Packer. So Dylan's already taken damn near 3 seconds out this lap.
Yeah, it's pretty much a win, I think, for Haas. I think the Mercedes' best hope now is that the Red Bulls screw up behind.
Yeah, they actually need Packer to make it through, but they don't need Fish to make it past Zyg.
No.
But that looks like that'll happen.
Well, this is important stuff. Oh, Zyg with a moment.
Oh! I think there may have been some contact from behind. Fish was very close. I don't know if it was just a speed wobble or slight contact there, but
potentially a penalty for Fish though if that was contact, so that could be important after the race.
Yeah. Oh boy, I mean, I don't know. I can't do the math.
That's too much going on.
I can't crunch these numbers. There's
But Dylan's going to be probably what I think he'll clear is even his penalties at this rate.
If Dylan wins this race, then Fish only needs 8th. And it seems as though he's working his way to catching Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, and that will promote... Well, how many does he need to get to P6 to get 8 points? Yeah.
Packer now really, really pressuring Arrow. Thought about it for a second.
Yeah,
that is not an overtaking corner. Dylan's
tricky.
already within half a second of Mr. Joshua. Wow.
Yeah, their tires, that's the other factor we didn't consider, is that their tires must be absolutely roasted at this point of the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Joshua really fighting for the season constructor.
Oh,
wow, just
a nice
no grip.
Little switchback there. That was very quick.
Just no grip for those Mercedes on the mediums at this point. Dylan just made that look easy, like taking candy from a baby.
Packer and Arrow side by side there. Wow.
Behind, too. Look at Fish sending it on Ryan. Oh, big lockup for a few drivers there.
Arrow and Fish.
Wow, 3 wide on the exit here. This is crazy stuff. What a finale here to Season 4. We've had some excellent racing on track tonight.
Oh, my goodness. The 3 of these guys now.
Wow, this is going to be tight. Who's going to come out on top? Arrow taking a peek. Is he going to send it late? He does break late, but didn't have the line. Wow, this is crazy stuff.
Dylan has made it past.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
Dylan.
Get the lockups from Durnia and Joshua. These guys are driving. It's literally drive to survive for these guys. But Fuzz right on their tail. Going to play a bit of a spoiler tonight, I think, for the Mercedes guys. Not too sure who's going to come out on top yet. We'll have to do some number crunching after the Grand Prix while we wait to get the interviews going. It's still not fully dark yet.
No, what is going on?
That's why I always say just go to midnight. It's just easier. But Ryan now hanging on to Aerostrike, applying the pressure still. Packer catching Fuzz here. Fish is up at a 6, so I think Fish has pretty much secured it for the Racing Point guys tonight.
He has.
Unless the Red Bulls can substantially outscore him, which they could if Fuzz can get a little, hang on to this place, or if Arrow could get ahead. I guess they weren't too far behind, so the 2 of them scoring big points with Fish only scoring on his own might be enough, right?
They need to outscore them by 9 points. Right now, Fuzz is scoring 12, and Arrow is scoring 8? No.
So that would be
6. Arrow's scoring 6. So, Packer, though, this move's done on Fuzz. Yeah. Fuzz isn't even going to have DRS, so now he's going to be at the mercy of Fish. But Fuzz is really fighting this back.
Yeah.
Aggressively taking the inside. Oh, and Fish really late on the brakes.
There goes Fish. This is for the constructors. Second in the constructors here, and that's pretty much secured it for the Racing Point team, I think, right there.
Yeah.
Fish up into 5th now, with a good crack at getting by Packer as well. No penalties for Fish either, so that's very important.
It is, yeah.
Unless he picks up a penalty for that contact with Zion.
Arrow as well.
Yep,
so
Ryan gets through.
Yeah, just about does it for the hopes and dreams of Red Bull.
Valiant effort, though, from all teams involved here. The Mercedes guys put in one hell of a strategy here. That looks like they're potentially going to make it to the end unless they both end up with punctures here. They could have a 2-3 here, a double podium to end the season. Packer on much, much fresher mediums with a lot of pace could pose a risk, but I think they might have this one in the bag. They might have that double podium secure for the end of the season. Getting those 2 guys in for an interview together will be quite the experience, I think, after how much great driving they've done together on track.
Yeah, I mean, Packer now, with 3 laps to go, he's really going to need to start taking out second and a half. More than that, really, to kind of put him in range to actually get the move done.
He's also in trouble here with Fish behind applying pressure as well, so
yeah, and
it's not
Fish
gonna be
without
easy.
any penalties. So, I mean, Fish is actually looking at a potential podium here.
Yeah, that's true. He can get by Packer and make up a little time. He very well could. Let's bring that penalty information back up once again, so we know exactly where everybody is.
Zenith makes a move on Arrow. Very late, and Jin has spun Arrow around.
Yeah.
Arrow is stuck, facing the wrong way. That will drop him down into 14th.
And it goes from bad to worse. Here comes a Ferrari, though. Doth, like, going to move on his teammate. Look at these guys. 4 wide here into the corner. This is crazy stuff. Not a great camera angle, though. There we go. Better shot. Maverick side by side with Doth. Still Doth looking for a way through.
Doth hangs it around the outside. Goes off the track a bit.
And Maverick keeps it. Doth with a lot of penalties, though, so trying to get ahead of these guys and make up some time. I don't think he's going to have enough laps to do it, though. Get back to Fish and Packer. This battle going right down to the end of the race here. Keep an eye on this one until the end, unless we get some action behind. Fish trying to close in on the penultimate lap of Season 4 here at Zenith Online Racing. It's round 22, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That'll be it for Season 4. We should have Season 5 coming
Arrow
up
has retired in the pit lane.
Arrow, yeah, just frustrated after that contact. Decided to call it a season. Zenith now making a move on Ryan here. See if there's better fortunes for Ryan on this. Looks like he'll be through clean, Zenith, so no issues there. Get back to Fish and Packer. Check in on that. But yeah, Season 5 should be starting up, as you mentioned, a quick turnaround. So we're not exactly sure when, but probably 2 to 3 weeks, I would guesstimate. Should be not a super long break. Not going to be next week either, though. So
yeah, there will be no racing next week.
Yes. Confirm that. We'll get a calendar out for you too, and those will get posted on the socials. You can check us out on Twitter and Instagram as well. They're not terribly active, but we'll post the results and the standings and the calendar and whatnot there for people if you want to follow. Otherwise, I mean,
so
half the guys that watch are in the Discord. Final lap of the season here in Tier 1.
Fish actually seems to be in range on Mr. Joshua.
Yes, he is. On penalties, he is. So
yeah,
could leap into the podium there. Mr. Joshua might lose that.
has retired in the pit lane, so not quite sure what's happened there, but really counting on
XW. Wow, these guys, you really...
They've all retired in the pits? What's going on?
Zenith too? Like, why couldn't we couldn't... It's the last race. Just finish the lap.
The last lap?
Yeah, just finish the last lap. Why would you bother? Anyways, let's get back to the action here. Packer really, really close to Mr. Joshua here. Those tires are absolutely cooked for those Mercedes drivers. He is under threat. Packer is all over him. He's nearly pushing him through. And Packer moves to the outside and see if Fish can find a way through here as well. Terrible camera angle, Mr. Director. What on earth were you thinking there? Go to the front wing while there were 3 wide.
Get through on Mr. Joshua, unfortunately for him.
So Joshua slides down to 5th. Fish into 4th. Do believe... oh, he's very close to Packer. He's going to go for it. Extremely close here, but all night... One man has been the class of the field. It's Excel Dillon rounding the final corner to win the season finale of Zenith Online Racing here in Tier 1. He brings it home in first. Dernia takes second place for the time being. Packer will jump into third. No, he doesn't. Fish jumps into second. Dernia's third, and Packer into fourth. So Fish up into second. Dernia's penalty, we suspect, will be removed just because it occurred under a safety car, but he does still have to prove it and get it removed.
that will get him the win, but I still don't think it's enough. That would be 25 plus 12. Nah, with Fish finishing second regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Or third.
So,
I mean,
I think he's pretty much
valiant effort though. Great stuff from the Mercedes team there. I mean, really put themselves right in the thick of things.
Well, I think there would only be 2 points behind if that's how it actually pans out, which is pretty insane after thinking it was done and dusted. But anyways, let's get through the rest of the order. Packer will take 4th. Joshua finishes in 5th. Good drive from the Mercedes boys tonight, extending those mediums. Fuzz takes 6th. Ryan is 7th. I think it was Beck in 8th, perhaps? So Beck gets some points. We'll check in with the order there before we jump into the interview. Very unlucky for Joshua. How long until next season starts? Colby Luca really wants to know. Luca will tell you it's not going to be next week. It might be 2 weeks from now. It could be 3 weeks from now. I'm not sure. We don't have a date nailed down. Still got to work out the length of the calendar, the races that we will be running. I'm not sure if it's going to be full. Maybe a few races drop. Which ones will be, we don't know yet. This season was slated to end close to New Year, and it's been extended a few weeks just on holidays and attendance issues with people on breaks and vacations and whatnot. So this one went a little longer than we suspected, so it's not going to be a long break. It'll be a week or two probably. It won't be a week. It'll be 2 weeks most likely, I feel, will be the break. Could be 3. It won't be too long, though. It's not going to be any longer than that. So hang in there. Hit subscribe. We'll be back with some racing action for you soon. We still got Tier 2 this week and EU on Sunday, so still plenty of action for you to tune into. And if you go through our catalog there, you can see all the races of the season from every tier pretty much. I don't think a single broadcast has been missed all year. It's been really valiant effort from the commentary team. Let's go through the rest of the order. Ryan 7th, Maverick 8th, 9th for Zog, Doth is 10th, Wolfsburg is 11th, Camden 12th, GXW 13th, Janet 14th, Arrow 15th, Bobby 16th, Beck 17th, Axon 18th, GP Colin 19th, Pace Dogs in 20th. That is it for Season 4. We'll get the podium guys in here for an interview. Thanks for sticking around. It's 9:30 already, so let's try and get these interviews done quickly.
Yeah, quick.
50-minute race on top of the delay to start, so... who do we got? Dylan, Fish, and Durnia. Okay. My friend's list is taking forever to load. Durnia's offline. Or is he just pretending? Yeah, he is. Alright, there we go. Interviews are out. But yeah, guys in the chat, any questions regarding the league or anything like that, feel free to ask. We're going to try and do the interviews fairly quickly here. I don't want to be... I've been sitting at this couch for over an hour and a half here, so I'd really like to get up and stretch. So we're not going to linger around too long. We're not going to take commentary, or we're not going to take interview questions from the chat tonight, but maybe next season, some of the shorter races, we can get the chat involved.
So we do have Dylan, just waiting on Durnia and Fish. We can get started.
I added Packer as well because we wanted to celebrate our constructors' victory at the end of the season.
Fair enough. He is the champion. I think that's a fair call.
Yeah. He drank milk out of a shoe, so...
Milk out of a shoe. That's a fact there, Mr. Luca, if you haven't been watching long. Iro Packer did drink milk out of a shoe. Maverick drank... What did he drink out of?
Red Bull. Red Bull out of even though he's a Haas driver.
Yeah.
I don't think he probably doesn't have a CNC machine in his room, right?
Should have found some rich energy.
Yeah, rich
exactly. energy. But yeah, Woody as well. If you go back to last week, I don't know if it's obviously not broadcast because there's no camera angles of it, but actually, Woody, I think you're in the Discord now. You can probably go back and find the video in the Discord. But anyway, we'll let Puff take it away here for the final interviews of the Tier 1 season here at Zenith Online Racing. Season 4 wraps up tonight, and your podium. Take it away, Puff.
I don't think we actually got Fish in here, but yeah, we will get underway quickly. Dylan, we don't want to linger too long, but just an absolutely insane lap in qualifying. I mean, you were third, but you did it on the medium tires. Just crazy. You had insane pace. I think you cut like an 8-second gap on those soft tires, and 2 laps, if that. Made some great moves. You held steady with your teammate at the start. Why don't you kind of talk us through that?
Yeah, I basically just messed up 2 of my medium or soft lap times in qualifying, so I decided, you know what, let's go on to the medium tires, and they actually were pretty good as a qualifying tire. I think they're only 7 or 6 tenths away from the soft tires. So yeah, I'm happy with my qualifying lap, and then the race was just trying to get a little bit of a gap to the cars behind. Just once the soft runners pit ahead of me, just basically get that clean air, and just pull away. And fortunately, that's what happened this race.
Yeah, you got pretty. I don't know if lucky's the right term. I do think you were the quickest man on track, but you did get pretty fortunate with that one safety car, allowed you to keep the lead after your first stop. And then from there, you were kind of able to dictate the pace. Both times you got away excellently. Yeah, really not much to add from me. Fantastic race. I don't know if you got any final thoughts on the year.
Well, as Constructor Champions, we've been Constructor Champions for a few rounds, but I'd like to thank Iropack for completely carrying the team, as I've been away for a couple of races. Otherwise, his championship would have been mine.
Well, yes.
We'll get to Packer at the end. Packer, you can react to his trash talk at the end. As it stands right now, we do have Fish in second. You had a few moments. You just joined the party. I don't know if you can hear me yet, but you had a spin, I think. But safety cars kind of helped keep you in it. And then, yeah, fantastic pace and penalty free, which allowed you to jump a few of those guys at the end. Very close in qualifying. You had a really good qualifying lap. I don't know if you want to add anything. You did lock up second. I believe we'll have to get someone to officially crunch the numbers, but I believe, yeah, you locked in second for Racing Point.
That's pretty good. It really wasn't that great of a race. In quali 2, I messed up on my lap and spun at turn 3. And then race, when I think it was a VSC that came out in lap 2, I took the opportunity to pit because I knew the mediums weren't terrible, like in terms of race pace. If you did about 13 laps on them each, it's worth the 7 seconds or 8 seconds you gain. But then I spun, which I don't know how I did that. That's pretty embarrassing. And then the safety car came out, which actually I think in the end hurt me in a way. But in the end it really didn't affect me, but at the time it did. And then I'm trying to remember because so much happened. Then I was getting swallowed up by the guys on fresh mediums who made the pit stop under the safety car. And then I made the pit stop, and then the pace was great on the third stint, for sure. I caught the Packer and just sat behind him because I knew he had a penalty.
Yeah, great race. Like you said, it really did seem to come alive for you in that third stint. Through the opening phase, it seemed you were getting pressured quite a bit from Dernia, and then from Packer and Dernia off the restart, but no, a fantastic job, and yeah, kept it nice and clean, and congrats on second in the constructors. I know obviously you weren't here for the full year, but I'm sure Camden will be quite appreciative of your efforts here late in the season. We'll move we'll move to Dernia now. Potentially the race winner, depending on how that penalty shapes out. I obviously imagine you will appeal that. You had fantastic pace. You and Joshua almost pulled off the improbable. You were very far behind P2 in the constructors. You guys ran the one stop. I knew you were going to try something crazy like that, and you almost made it work. Why don't you talk us through your race there and the season in general?
You know, I just feel like whenever the strategy's a bit of a toss-up, Josh and I are there to capitalize on it. I think that's exactly what happened tonight here. Honestly, soft to mediums. I did a practice race before this, and I thought everybody doing the two-stop was crazy because I don't know what, except for Dylan. Obviously, he was just on another level there, and sorry to take that win away from you, Dylan. But I will certainly enjoy it.
Taking away the win? No.
And, yeah. And
Did you? What was the 5-second time penalty for?
You got hit from behind.
I got hit from behind.
rear-ended.
Yeah,
under the safety car.
safety car. But final thoughts to end the season. It was really great driving with Josh. I think we're both really happy with P3 and the manufacturers. I don't think we expected that probably about 5 races ago. So a great way to end the season. Just very happy with it.
Yeah, and a few wins for you now. I think that brings your total to 3 on the year, I believe.
Yeah, 3 wins. I didn't expect that, especially at Mexico and Abu Dhabi. I would have never guessed I would have won those races.
It's funny how those tracks can then kind of become some of your favorites. Once you have some nice memories at a few tracks, they kind of jump up the rankings there.
Word on the street is Puff loves Monaco now. I don't know why.
Yeah, who would have thought? I absolutely despised it, and then I won it, and now, I'm a Monaco kind of guy, so...
That's my favorite.
Just for that race. Next season you'll be
I'll go back to hating it.
Yeah.
Finally, we'll move to Packer. Don't know why you're here. We can't get rid of you. You're here every damn week. Congrats, though. You are our champion and constructors champion. Again, great race, and I don't know. Give us your final thoughts on the year.
It was a pretty decent season for multiple reasons, obviously, but
Decent.
What? Not yet.
Decent.
Yeah, pretty decent. There's great racing, honestly. But yeah, it was, as I said, it was a pretty good season. Kind of mad about this race because I made a ton of mistakes, had a little bit of wing damage on the final stint, which didn't really help with traffic and all that, but kind of sad to miss out on the podium in the final race, but pretty decent season overall, and race for me.
Yeah.
You have enough Packer.
I can't remember how many wins you've got now. 6 or 7, I think, on the season.
7 or 8.
7 or 8. So, I mean, you've been near the front all season. The consistency is something that was unreal, especially in the earlier portions. I know you had some few bad races in the latter half of the season, especially this last stretch here. But kudos to you, man. Fantastic pace, a number of pole positions as well to kind of add on top of your resume. And not only are you a champion, but you're a commentator as well. And I suspect we will be hearing Packer on Thursday. That will be my transition to the sign-off. Arvega, take it away.
Mr. Maverick's calling for a Dylan Chewy, so feel free in the Discord. If you feel so
I didn't
inclined.
win anything.
You won the constructors.
I even
but
lost
it was
this
your
race.
idea. It was
You
your
won the
idea to
constructors,
bring
Dylan. Come
Packer
on.
in here. You seem thrilled about it. You better do one. Anyways,
Expecting
that's
big
it.
things.
We're gonna wrap this broadcast up. That is it for Tier 1 of Season 4. That's 22 races under our belt here, Puff. You're pretty much here for almost every one of them. I think you only missed 1 or 2.
Yeah, I've missed a few, but
nothing too crazy. But I appreciate everybody tuning in week to week, hanging out in the chat, whether it's drivers or people just passing through. It's been a real pleasure commentating Tier 1 this year. It's my first season out of Tier 1, and I have to say, moving to the race, the pace-based system paid off nicely because we do have some really quality racing in both tiers now. A lot of guys evenly matched and some championship battles going right down to the wire. So it's been a slice to be here. I don't even recall any race being particularly boring. I think there might have been one right in the middle where we just it was just slow for the whole night. There wasn't really much going on, but every other race was full of action. So if you're new here, you can go back, check out some of those old races. Maybe we can string together a top 5 for you, maybe a little playlist or something like that. Top 5 races of the season. We can get that playlist fired up during the break.
I can work on a top 5 moments if you want me to.
Yeah,
There we go.
Sure, we can work on that. We can work on, it'll just be Packer wins 5 times. No,
I won't do that.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, work on some top 5 moments. Let's get a top 5 races of the season going for each tier, and we'll give that to our new fans for the break.
We could even do a
season
vote.
5 starts on. Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Baku would have to be up there for Tier 1.
Yeah, no doubt. Honestly, I can't recall which ones were so great because I don't recall any of them being bad. Like, they were all good. So it's going to be tough to choose, but we'll try to string something together for you guys during the break. Shouldn't be too long, and we'll be back here on Monday nights, I'm presuming. I'll be back in the booth again for you one way or another, whether it's Monday or another night. Either way, I'll be here. Packer will be here racing. He'll be here commentating. We got a nice team of commentators and drivers, so everybody's pretty plug and play. I think it'll work nicely, regardless of where everybody ends up. But that's it for Tier 1 for Season 4 of Zenith Online Racing. It's been a real pleasure having you guys here. It's been a real pleasure having you alongside me, Puff, and you guys in the podium interviews. It's been most of you have been here quite a few times this season, so thanks for popping in, sharing your thoughts with us. And that's it for the night. We'll see you next season. Tune in Thursday for the Tier 2 finale and Sunday for the EU finale. And maybe we'll get the little exhibition race going for you guys during the break. But thanks for being here. Have a great night, guys.